Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free, impartial advice on all your debt.
Razabani for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. With me, I've got MTK's very new signing, Mr. Lorenzo Simpson. Lorenzo, aka the Truck. We'll come to the truck in a minute. Lorenzo, how are we doing, my man?
I'm doing good. Just came off a decent win. I give myself a little C. So, yeah, I'm doing fine. Getting this little rest in, be back in the gym full-time Monday.
I know you just got back to Baltimore
Yeah.
yesterday, I believe you were back, living life and enjoying yourself in Las Vegas after your victory.
Yeah, I had just got back. I had stayed a couple of days just to chill and train. I was training with Javante a little bit. I came back Thursday.
Okay. Lorenzo, before we talk anything about boxing, how have the last 4 or 5 months, 6 months been for you? We know we live in this crazy world with this pandemic, with this COVID-19.
Yeah.
How has it kind of affected you, your training, your life at this very stage?
I know, like for a lot of people, it's unfortunate that a lot of people going through a lot of things. But me personally, I think the pandemic bettered me because I really got to lock in. There was nothing else to do, even though I'm always locked in. But the pandemic, I was fortunate enough to know a lot of people, be able to go in gyms and still train and really work on my craft. Because a lot of times we go in and out of camps where you really just working out and spawn. You ain't really crafting too much. So this time I really got to craft and really look at things. During the pandemic, I really got to see little things that I needed to work on. So the pandemic helped me, and then I signed my deal with MTK Global. So the pandemic was good for me overall.
Let's talk a little bit about what got you into boxing. Where I come from in London, we've always heard about Baltimore as being this rough place, this rough city. And we know in America, it's all about this guns are legal. People have guns. In the UK, it's not like that. Even our police officers don't have guns, right? So they don't. Hence why our gun crime in the UK is.
What y'all got? What y'all got? A little stick?
Little stick or pepper spray.
Oh, dang.
So, tell me a little bit about Baltimore and growing up, because I know you went through some tragedy in your life when you were young as well. But how's that molded you into the person you are now? Because you're still very, very young, living in the midst of this particular place of Baltimore.
It was tough. I don't really like to say make it feel like it's the worst, because I know kids way worse than me, situation way worse than mine in Baltimore. So I had one of the good lives in Baltimore. I ain't had too much to worry about. I stayed out the way. My family kept me out the way. Things got tough a lot of times, but that's what make things better and make my goals even more way better to achieve, because I got a lot to prove. Baltimore was tough. I lost my father. I lost my uncle. I lost a lot of people being in Baltimore just from gun violence, drugs, a lot of things like that. But it made me who I am too. When it's time to dig down and get gritty them last rounds, or it's time to bang, or whatever I need to do, I know how to win, because I know I'm not trying to be here forever.
It's hard when you're young. You must have had some support, someone around you to kind of hold you and tell you that everything was going to be okay. Obviously, I know you lost your father, and that would have been very, very tough for you. But how do you overcome that? Who was there to support you and say, Lorenzo, things are going to get better, things are going to be okay?
My family, my mom, my uncle Raheem, my uncle baby Frank. He had just passed away. Rest in peace him. He was there telling me keep going. Coach Calvin played a major role though. Coach Calvin, when I went in that gym, Coach Calvin, I gotta give him all the credit. He played a major role in me keep going. It was many a times that boxing just didn't seem like the way no more, just because a lot of people don't know. Like, they see us when we become world champions and think it happened overnight. We went 10, 15 years of amateur boxing, never getting paid, working on our craft. I never had a job ever. All I had was a gym. Like, I always was in a gym. I never had a job. So people don't really get to see all the work we put in at first before we get to really be stars and really make all the big money. So I just kept pushing. I just kept pushing, followed the process, and I just stuck with it.
What about now? Is it still a distraction? I know you love to train. I know you're
Yeah.
close with Tank, and we'll speak about Tank a little bit later. But what about now? Is it still hard for you to maintain focus?
Oh no, it was never really hard for me. I love training. I'm one of them people that really love the sport. Like some people doing it for money. I really believe like if boxing was to not have money, I would still do it. That's how much I love the sport. So I always stay focused. It's not that hard. Like I said, in Baltimore, yes, it's tough, but it made me, and it's a lot of good things in Baltimore. But the bad things is gonna always be praised more than the good things. But I stay out the way. I mind my business and do what I gotta do. So I'm always focused.
How old were you when you said to yourself, you know what, I want to become a boxer? That's what I want to do.
I was 6 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were there any
I
who?
was, I was like always fighting, but boxing never came to my mind until I started seeing my uncle Hassan Rock. Well, he was my uncle. My aunt, he's my uncle by marriage. So my when I got to start seeing him like world titles and James Toney, Lennox Lewis, and all that, I just fell in love with the whole boxing.
You just mentioned James Tony Lennox, but was anyone in particular you said, damn, I want to be like him?
Pernell Whitaker and Floyd, I wanted to be like them bad. Like I wanted to really had a like Floyd, even though like people do his show and all that, I wasn't really big on Floyd boxing until I got into boxing and I really started to see what he was doing because he have a like he don't do too much, but he do it perfect. So like I ain't really get into his style until I got older. But Pernell, I wanted to move just like Pernell, but I wanted to be like Floyd outside the ring. Like, I wanted to have that superstar like Floyd, but I wanted to be just like Pernell fighting.
Truck. Where did Truck come from? What does Truck mean? Who named you Truck?
My old coach, my old assistant coach, Coach Matt Allison gave me that name. The first day I ever walked into the boxing gym, I sparred and I went like straight through this kid. He's like, man, he hit so hard with that big old head. He like, we named him Truck, and then in the boxing gym, all of us get nicknames, and they stay with us all the way till we get older.
So it's Lorenzo Truck Simpson.
Yeah, definitely.
Lorenzo, we've talked about Floyd, and when Floyd started off, social media wasn't really existent. I always give people the example, Tupac died in 1996, right?
Yeah.
It's 2020 now, we still remember Tupac. Michael Jackson, the same. Muhammad Ali, the same. These icons didn't have social media, yet they were so powerful and as individuals. We now have a very expansive marketing tool in social media.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to speak from a negative perspective of it. Can it be a distraction for young fighters and young people? Because you basically can do everything from your phone. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever you want to do, you can do it. Is it a major distraction for fighters?
Yeah, definitely. It's always, as much as it's a pro, it's definitely the same amount as it a con. So like if you get too deep into it, it definitely can eat you alive. We see it with a lot of people. We still regular people. Everybody still regular people. Rappers, athlete, no matter what you is. Anybody who got social media, that's still a regular person. And some people outlet as social media when that's not really life. Some people go like that. Like Adrian Brown is a good friend of mine, but see, social media is like his life. Like that's like a lot of his life is through social media. So it could be a con, but it could definitely be a pro. I'm big on the pro because me and my uncle and my team, we market a lot, and we built me as big off of social media. So it's definitely a pro and a con.
I remember it was a couple of days ago. I think I saw you post something on the Instagram story about people around you, and you said there's
Yeah.
4 people. Was it 4? I think you said there's 4,
Yeah, I got like 4 or 5 friends left.
and they are your close
Yeah.
ones, and they're the only
Yeah,
ones you trust.
definitely. I got about 4 or 5 friends. Other than like my family, like, me and my uncle always with each other, and my brother, or my 2 brothers, or like my mom. Other than that, yeah, like far as like friends, yeah, I got like 4 or 5 friends.
You've had 9 fights. I know you just fought very, very recently. I think this year you've managed to have 3 fights. So you've been quite lucky there with the pandemic. You still managed to get yourself.
Yeah, definitely. I was fortunate enough for the pandemic to work out for me big. So I should probably finish off one more and get 10-0 before the year out.
But what's kind of the career plan? You know, you have some fighters who get to 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, get to 21, 22 and 0, and then start taking those steps and those big fights. We saw
Yeah.
yesterday, and we'll speak about Teofimo Lopez shortly, a young 23-year-old, hungry, talk the talk, but could he walk the walk? We saw yesterday he could. So are you just, you're very young. Do you want to just take your time, learn your craft, and see where you end up in 10 years' time?
I definitely want to take my time and learn my craft, but at the same time, uh, you only gonna see the best of me with the better competition. So that's the great thing of having a perfect team fit for you. Like some of these people want to go with Floyd Senior or go with whoever just offer another person. I'm my own person. So my team and everybody that's with me is perfect for me. So we're gonna keep taking the fights that we want. I ask for these guys. I ask for these tough guys. Like that's what I like. I want to see myself. If I look a little rough in one of these fights, I will win. But if I look a little rough, we go back to the drum board, we work on it. We just gotta keep saying where I go, but we're gonna keep stepping up the competition.
What's kind of the career goal? Is it money? Is it fame? Is it legacy? Is it world titles? What is it? It looks like, and
I'm really, like when it comes to the sport, I'm a competitor. Like I'm an alpha. Like I wanna be the best. Of course though, I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna get cheated. I'm not gonna get pennies to be in there fighting for my life. That's common sense. That I'm not gonna let them take over my career, my skill, because they getting paid off of it, and we do get paid. So I'm not gonna let them cheat. But me personally, as a fighter, I really want to show that I'm the best, and I really believe, and my team believe that I'm the best.
so in terms of your team, obviously your coach, but how many kind of people are around you all the time? Do you have kind of a big entourage? I know when Gervonta Davis fights, he has like 15, 20 people all walking behind him. So is that something similar that you have as well?
No, just like I said, if I got 4 or 5 friends, that shows the entourage. I only got about 4 people, and the rest family. It'd be about 4 family members. It just be really, but most of the time, if it's straight to business, it's me and my uncle, and Coach Calvin in my corner, Kenny Ellis, strength and conditioner is Russ, and we just rock out like that. And we got the whole MTG Global backing us. So that's my main core right there.
We saw yesterday Teofimo Lopez victorious over Lomachenko, and I just want to pick on something he said. And he said when they asked him about fighting the other fighters, and he said, "Listen, everybody wants to be a Mayweather without going through kind of the pretty boy Floyd stage. Like when Floyd was 130, 135, he was fighting the Gattis, the Corrales, he was fighting those big fighters. Only later on, when social media got huge, there was so much limelight on what Floyd was doing when he came to 147. So is he right in what he says?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people seeing Floyd with the money, seeing Money Mayweather, and think that it's just gonna be like a walk in the park. You're gonna get there, bounce around. But Pretty Boy Floyd was aggressive. He was knocking guys out. He was going there with bigger guys, Corrales. That's one of my best fights of Floyd. He was going in there punishing dudes, sharp, a lot of offense. He wasn't just doing defense. So it's a lot of work. A lot of people don't see it. It's a lot of work. They just and then most of the people don't even be boxers though. That's the funny thing. Like they don't know how it feel, but we put a lot on the line. Like for us, it don't be the fight. We gladiators, we fighters. It be them long camps, them long days. You gotta do the same thing constantly. Them diets, that weight cut. It don't really be the fight. Fighters fight. But it be them camps that a lot of people don't see that we gotta put all that hard work in just for that one night.
In terms of signing with MTK, we know MTK is obviously a global organization in many different countries. They have hundreds of fighters, mainly here in the UK. They now are signing fighters from the USA. You are one of the individuals that they have signed. So, how did that come about? And how did you make a decision that MTK is the organization I want to manage me?
So most deals that happen with me is pushed by my uncle and my manager. He's my uncle. My manager's my uncle. most deals are made by him. But with me being my own boss and him right there with me, us being bosses, he always get my approval or ask me about it. But with this particular one, like he was so excited about it, and I know when I trust him with my life, so I know when he really thinks something going to work. So I really didn't have too much to play in this one, like this specific decision. I didn't have too much to play in it because I knew how serious he was about it, and for him to be that happy. Nothing moves him. We don't get moved by money or none of that. I would have been signed the deal. I got offered by everybody, but he was really serious about the deal. So I told him, hey, do your thing. I trust you. And he made a great decision because now it's working out for me, and I'm gonna be a global star soon.
Without doubt, 100%. Gervonta Davis fights in a couple of weeks' time. I think 2 weeks, roughly about 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
Leo Santa Cruz. I know you've got a very, very close relationship with Gervonta. You've known each other from a very, very young age. But he's in a fight against a fighter who I think Leo normally fights around 126. So he's coming up. Tank's going to 130, going back down to 130. A lot of questions get asked about Tank and his weight. That's like the $1 million question all the time. Even when he came to the UK, when he fought Liam Walsh, he had to come on the scales a couple of times. So I know you be around him, but why do you think he struggles to make that weight?
It's not really about how he struggled because everybody see it, but he struggled because he don't train all year round. He live a rock star lifestyle, and he don't train all year round. That's how he prefer. It's working for him. So I'm not gonna really like say like, oh, he should. That's what he want to do. That's how he like to go. But I think he will make. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to say I know because it's not me. I only will put my word on me. But I think that he will make weight. But it's not about him making weight because we fighters, we gonna push to make that weight. But I think it's how he recover from making the weight. So I think that's the big question for me, is how he look after losing that weight, and how strong will he be, and how much will he come back full tank after that cutting out so much weight.
Do you think this is his toughest fight?
Yeah, if you go by, I mean, I think the Pedraza fight was his toughest fight, honestly, for me. But yeah, definitely one of them. Definitely two. Definitely gotta be two. If not one, two.
You're gonna be there to support him in 2 weeks' time?
I don't know. I might go, might not, but I'll definitely be watching. I'll definitely support him, either from there or if I'm from afar.
So when Gervonta's back, is he still staying in Baltimore as well?
He live in many different places. Yeah.
Is that the plan for you as well, to have different houses in different cities across the states?
I'm really in Baltimore or Vegas. Like I love Vegas. I love Spawn, all the different type of styles, and just being out there. It's easier for the body. I could just work out, lose any type of weight because it's always hot. And it's just a boxing town.
Just on MTK, I just want to ask. Obviously, with here in the UK, MTK have many fighters that are with different promoters, and you get some fighters now that sign with MTK, which gives them the ability to fight on any network. And surely that's only going to help the fighter, because when you're with one particular promoter, you're stuck on that particular network. If you don't sign with a particular promoter, then you've got the freedom. And we know in America, you've got Fox, you've got ESPN, you've got DAZN out there as well now. So you've got all these different networks and organizations. And with the help of MTK, you can only end up on any one of them.
Yeah, definitely. So like I said, the MTK Global signing was amazing. Them joining us and helping us out was the best deal because we was getting bigger than all these fighters that signed to all these promoters with ourselves. So it wasn't like that we really needed a promoter, but we just needed that big light to help shine with us. And that's what we got. We was on the same page. We didn't want to just sign to a promoter and just be with them. We signed an advisory deal. And we connected very well because we was on the same page and we shooting for the same goal. So they definitely want me to be a star. Even me fighting on these networks, that's great. But I'll be looking to fight UK, Dubai, getting fans that you could never think of. So it's we building a superstar. We building a awesome plan.
All right, Lorenzo, is there anything else you want to add or you want to share with us before we end?
Go watch my fight. Go look me up on YouTube. Go tune into me. Support me, and I got y'all.
Hopefully one day we'll get out to Baltimore with our camera.
Yeah, definitely. I'll come out there. We'll definitely see. We'll definitely be there.
As long as you protect us, I'm good.
Yeah, definitely. I got you.
Yeah, Lorenzo, appreciate your time. Wish you all the best, and we'll definitely catch up with you soon.
You too, bet.
Lorenzo Simpson for IFL TV. Thank you very much.
Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free impartial advice on all your debt.